Duolingo has built exceptional brand awareness through its playful gamified approach to language learning. However, this success has created a strategic tension. While users engage with the platform, many question whether it delivers real-world language proficiency. This communications plan addresses that gap by repositioning Duolingo from an entertaining app into a credible habit-forming learning platform. The core idea is simple, making progress visible. The language learning market has evolved toward mobile-first, on-demand platforms shaped by short-form content consumption and low switching costs. Within this environment, Duolingo has achieved strong visibility through humor-led and culturally relevant content, contributing to a global user base of over 500 million registered users. However, despite this scale, less than 5% of users convert into consistent daily users, highlighting a significant drop-off between initial trial and sustained engagement. The key communication challenge, therefore, does not sit at awareness. It occurs in the evaluation stage of the consumer decision journey, often referred to as the messy middle, where users compare alternatives and assess credibility. At this stage, Duolingo is frequently perceived as engaging, but not necessarily effective. As a result, users struggle to transition from initial trial to sustained usage, a critical issue for a freemium model that depends on retention to drive long-term value and subscription conversion. If unaddressed, this perception gap risks increasing early-stage churn, reducing lifetime value, and weakening Duolingo's competitive position amongst more credibility-led platforms. To address this, communications must shift from entertainment toward evidence, demonstrating tangible learning outcomes and showing users that even 5 minutes a day can lead to real, measurable progress. Duolingo's core audience and the target for this communications plan are ambitious Gen Z university students who are highly engaged with gamified mobile-first platforms. While they are motivated by streaks and progress mechanics, they remain uncertain about whether these translate into real-world language ability. This leads to the central insights. I want to learn a language, but unless I'm confident it genuinely improves my skills, I won't prioritize it long-term. This insight highlights a gap between intention and sustained behavior, which this communications plan aims to address. The communication objectives are structured using the hierarchy of effects model, progressing consumers from cognitive to affective and behavioral outcomes. The first one is to increase the association of Duolingo with measurable conversational progress by 15%. The second one is to increase user confidence and speaking ability by 15%. And the third is to increase 7-day streak completion among new users by 12%. Collectively, these objectives aim to move users from credibility recognition to confidence and ultimately to habitual engagement. To address the credibility gap, the communications plan centers on one core strategic idea: making progress visible. Rather than focusing purely on entertainment, communications will demonstrate tangible learning outcomes, showing users that even 5 minutes a day leads to real improvement and over time can lead to actual fluency. This directly brings to life Duolingo's positioning. 5 minutes a day builds real-world confidence. The communication strategy is designed to address barriers at each stage of the decision journey. At the awareness stage, the role of communications is to reframe Duolingo as a credible learning tool rather than just a fun app. At the evaluation stage, the focus shifts to demonstrating measurable progress, reducing perceived performance risk, and lowering the risk of users switching to competitors such as Rosetta Stone and Babbel. Finally, at the behavioral stage, communications reinforce habit formation by linking daily usage to visible improvement. This strategy ensures alignment between the message, audience needs, and behavioral outcomes. The strategy adopts a POEM framework, ensuring integration across paid, owned, and earned media channels. Paid media, including Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, is used to drive reach and refirm perceptions of credibility. Owned media, particularly the Duolingo app and CRM channels, reinforce progress and support habit formation through personalized feedback. Earned media, including influencer content and user-generated content, builds trust through social proof and peer validation. Each channel plays a distinct but complementary role in reinforcing the measurable progress message. The content strategy focuses on including evidence-based progress communications as well as maintaining the entertaining content Duolingo is already known for. Informational content demonstrates measurable learning outcomes. Emotional content builds confidence and reduces intimidation. Social proof reinforces credibility through peer experiences, and gamified content maintains engagement through streaks and milestones. Together, these content types support cognitive, affective, and behavioral engagement. Creative execution brings this strategy to life across multiple integrated touchpoints, ensuring that progress is not only communicated but experienced by the user. These executions are fully integrated across paid, owned, and earned media, ensuring that the message of measurable progress is consistently reinforced at every touchpoint. This alignment between communication and product experience is critical to building credibility and driving sustained behavioral engagement. At the top of the funnel, social campaigns will showcase real user learning journeys through short-form video content such as day 1 versus day 30 comparisons. These videos will feature users demonstrating tangible improvements in speaking ability, pronunciation, and vocabulary, making progress visually and socially observable. This is reinforced through a campaign mechanic such as 5-minute fluency challenge, where users document and share their progress over time, generating user-generated content that amplifies credibility through peer validation. Influencer partnerships will focus on micro-influencers within student and travel communities who will document authentic language learning journeys in preparation for real-world experiences, such as studying abroad or internships. This content will prioritize reliability and authenticity over reach, strengthening trust and reducing perceived performance risk. The in-app experience will be enhanced by including additional personalized progress indicators, including a dynamic fluency scores, weekly improvement summaries, and milestone notifications, such as "You're now 20% more confident in conversational Spanish." Gamification mechanisms such as streaks have been shown to increase engagement and presence in digital environments. These features translate abstract learning into measurable outcomes, directly reinforcing the campaign message. The communications plan is delivered in 3 phases aligned with the customer journey. The first phase focuses on awareness and runs over the 4 initial weeks of the campaign. The priority at this stage is rapid reach and perception shift, with investment weighted heavily toward paid media to ensure scale and visibility. Approximately 50% of the campaign budget would be allocated here, primarily across high-impact social platforms such as TikTok, Instagram, Reels, and YouTube Shorts. Influencer partnerships are then deployed concurrently with a focus on micro-influencers to maximize authenticity while maintaining cost efficiency and content volume. The second phase would then focus on engagement and would run from week 5 to 10, where the emphasis shifts from reach to depth of interaction. Budget allocation would then become more balanced across paid and owned media, with increased reliance on Duolingo's owned ecosystem to reinforce the campaign message through the user experience. At this stage, content cadence would remain high but become more targeted, focusing on users who have interacted with the brand or downloaded the app. From an operational perspective, this phase integrates marketing and product more closely, ensuring that messaging consistency is maintained across external communications and in-app experience. The final phase would then focus on retention and run from weeks 11 to 16, with the objective of reinforcing consistent daily usage and maximizing long-term user value. Budget allocation would shift significantly toward owned media and CRM, reducing reliance on paid acquisition and focusing instead on sustaining engagement and ongoing acquired users. Communications will become increasingly personalized, layering behavioral data to deliver targeted reminders, milestone-based messaging, and progress reinforcement. From an execution standpoint, this phase prioritizes efficiency and optimization, using cohort analysis and performance data to refine messaging and improve retention rates over time. This evaluation approach aligns with established models of advertising effectiveness, where communication influences cognition, emotion, and behavior sequentially, and is directly linked to campaign objectives using a multi-level measurement framework. Cognitive outcomes will be measured through brand attribute tracking and message recall. Affective outcomes will be assessed through attitudinal surveys and sentiment analysis. Behavioral success will be measured through retention metrics, including 7-day streak completion and DAO to MAU ratios. And this approach prioritizes meaningful behavioral outcomes, ensuring the campaign effectiveness is assessed in terms of real engagement and habit formation. This integrated marketing communications plan transforms Duolingo's role within the category. By prioritizing making progress visible, it bridges the gap between engagement and effectiveness, repositioning Duolingo as a credible habit-forming learning platform. Ultimately, it shifts the brand from being seen as a game to being trusted as a tool used to build real world language confidence.